The Chicago River winding its... We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Adebayo.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the 5 down low.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Levine can't hit. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Butler goes, what a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice.
Now, you don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 8 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Chicago, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Levine, here we go. On the wing, Porter. Back to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. Good on the triple.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches it.
Here's Nunn. Right side Jones. Porter with the steal. Levine against Robinson. And Levine throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Miami also making a switch. Iguodala's checked in.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Hero passes to Iguodala. Looking for Satoransky, and he gets it there. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Quickly up court with the basketball, delivered a perfect strike.
Dragic against Dunn. Shot from 12. Good. He hits the jump shot.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the ring.
And Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Hero passes to Adebayo.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Here's Dunn. Got a piece of it. In transition, here comes Miami. Iguodala's running.
Iguodala's shot selection pretty good right there. Good at taking the high percentage opportunities.
Dunn up top. He's guarded by Dragic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young's checked in for Lowry Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Satoransky. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 2. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
He's off on the second.
And the missed free throws starting to be an issue.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Leonard. Silva, the pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Possessing the length and explosiveness to do just that. Leonard looks good when he's taking it hard to the rack.
Here's Young. It's hauled in by the Heat. And it's Dragic off the drive. And another basket for Miami. Young outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
That's some of the toughness Coach wants from Leonard. Getting into the shooter's face, altering the shot without fouling. Good job.
And so it's the Miami Heat with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working.
I worked extremely hard.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Dragic. Myers Leonard is out there with the lid. And there's Iguodala. And it's Silva in at the 3 spot. Iguodala against White. From 6 away. Kicks it to Young. 6 to shoot. Trying to find White. Gets it to him. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. If you were choosing a center for the team that you ran, you've got these options. Joel Embiid, Big Cat, or Jokic in Denver. Who do you go with?
There's so much variety in their games, Kevin. And I appreciate what Jokic does so much for that Denver Nuggets offense, initiating as a center from the top. But I'm going to have to go with Embiid and the way that he can dominate the game. There's still so much potential and growth for what it is that he can do. Down on the block, doing damage, taking away a lot of three-point shots. Not to disparage what it is that Karl Anthony Towns can do, but his size and dominance, I think there's an intimidation factor that Joel Embiid brings to the game that I would lean on over the other two.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Here's Nunn. Dunn covering. Again, the Heat good for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Bulls, Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Porter comes in for Valentine. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Chris Dunn. Robinson's checked in for the Heat. And the jam by LaVine.
And with out-of-this-world athletic ability, LaVine has become one of the game's best dunkers.
Nunn nails the baby hook. Nunn's got 6 in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
They get it back. Passes it to Porter. White, wide open. He fired. And he's good on the 3-ball. White's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Shots good by Butler.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Bulls moving the ball around. Now, here's Satoransky. And then Carter with the jam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Bulls trail by 11. The pass to Harrison. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Harrison's got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Nunn. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the evening. That free throw missing. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. The Heat leading by 10. And he lobs it up, and Jones slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Markkanen inside the line. A nice jump shot from the top of the key. Markkanen's got his second bucket tonight. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Hero passes to Nunn. Here's Hutchison, defended by Crowder. At the elbow, it's Markkanen. With 2 seconds left, it's tipped. And so it's the Miami Heat with a 10-point lead. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, so it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They lead by 10. And
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Now, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front. And it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Here's Levine. Oh, that was something else.
So aggressive once he gets high. Love how Levine stays after it when he gets it going.
Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got 9. Bulls trail by 10. Here's Levine. He kicks it to Markkanen. Outside, White. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
Adebayo passes to Jones. All alone. And the Heat get another bucket right there. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's White, and Chicago with another bucket.
They're not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
In the corner, it's Robinson. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Wendell Carter. White. Rebound by Olynyk.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Moving it up. And Markkanen throws it down.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore, and I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit, and that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And that ability to just rise up for the alley-oop. Butler is an animal of an athlete.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Bulls, Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Denzel Valentine comes in for Levine, and Satoransky subbed in for White. And Miami with a change here, too. Leonard, he's checked in for Olin. 5 on the clock. Butler with the steal. One-on-one here. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Iguodala still very comfortable, even at the advanced ages, out in transition.
Valentine passes to Young. Back to Valentine. Here's Cornett. Shoots over Leonard. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
They're loving the confidence. Just rise and be free. And you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
No good on the three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Young passes to Valentine. Good on the shot.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Heat leading by 6. Dragic kicks to Iguodala. Left side, Leonard. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet. 6 points for Leonard.
Becoming dominant in the catch and shoot, Leonard has really polished up the mechanics on that jump shot.
Here's Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Valentine. The Bulls have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10. He's off on the first. This time's checked in for the Bulls.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hero. Drills the three-pointer. Hero's got his second basket of the night.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Dunn misses.
And they continue to control the glass.
Throws it up high. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Harrison, defended by Jones. Ring shot on the way. That one drops for him. Hutchinson's got his first basket of the night. Here's Adebayo, and he banks in the layup.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Adebayo, Jake Crowder out there with Jones, and it's Hero into the two-guard spot. Miami leading by 9, and Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Some changes for Chicago. Levine's checked in for Harrison, and it's White in for Dunn. Robinson's checked in for Miami. And the Bulls making a change here. Porter's checked in. Robinson against Levine. Robinson passes to Nunn. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's White. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When you watch Lauri Markkanen play, it's easy to see how easy it is for him to put up points. Attacks from all spots on the floor and has a great touch on that shot, especially for a man his size.
Here's Nunn. White covering. Here's Robinson. That one doesn't drop. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. And really, Greg, the only knock on Markkanen is that he can be too passive at times.
And I suspect that will fade as he grows more comfortable in the league. You have to remember how young he is and missed a good amount of time with injury during that second year.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Levine. Robinson drives in. Rebound by the Bulls.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
The Heat making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. And foul on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thanks, David.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Here's Nunn. White covering. The putback. He's off on that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Levine. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 5 rebounds tonight. And stolen by White. Porter finds Levine. And here's White. Right wing. Pass to Carter. Shoots the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. None. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And the Heat lead by 8.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Nunn. Light covering. Olenek the pass to Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Just 4 to shoot. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Outside Robinson. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk, and he ends up making the second, and that brings them within 5.
You know, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Here's Nunn. He dishes it to Butler. Feeds it to Jones. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Chicago has possession. It's a 5-point game. Outside, Levine. Tips it up, and Markkanen on the follow.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Now, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
To tie it up. Can't knock in the 3.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So.
And shooting at the other guard position. Starting at shooting.
It's before we a lot of optimism. Thanks, DA. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Adebayo.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Jimmy Butler. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1. And for the Pacers, Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Robinson, following the basket by T.J. Warren, and it's Aaron Holiday with the foul. That's his first foul. So it might be the end of the regular season, Doris, but tonight's game has postseason implications.
What's better for an NBA team late in the year than to have a great test with a highly competitive group you're looking opposite? So obviously you want to play tough, meaningful games in preparation for the playoffs. This is going to be great.
Playoff atmosphere, you're right. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Here's Brogdon. And the layup's good off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Oladipo, the pass to Warren. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Outside, Robinson. Oladipo against Butler. Now here's Jones. Not a lot of room. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Warren. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Brogdon kicks to Turner. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And very much a modern offensive game for Miles Turner. Doris not a post-up guy per se.
No, he can shoot the face-up jump shot. He's exceptional at rim running. And think about his running form. This is a young man that tried to fine-tune his stride. He has become a factor now, Kev, going end-to-end.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Yep, that one goes in there.
Are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
And Warren with the basket on the assist by Holiday. 6 points for T.J. Warren.
Well, so committed to scoring near the cup. T.J. Warren, nice touch.
Nunn passes to Jones. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Miles Turner. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. Averaging 12 points, just over 3 blocks, and 8 rebounds. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Here's Hero, following the basket by T.J. Warren. Left side, Crowder. To the inside. Here's Adebayo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Adebayo's got 6.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Oladipo, the pass to McDermott. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 3 assists tonight, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month. The shot clock leaders. Number 1, Miles Turner.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Passes it to Adebayo. Left side, Crowder. Stolen by Warren. And here's the fast break. Oladipo, good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Dragic finds Adebayo. Down low, it's deflected. And finished off by Oladipo.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Brogdon.
And he's not passing the ball as well this month. If you look at his numbers from earlier in the season, he's not seeing the court as well. It may be a little too focused on creating his own shot than orchestrating for the guys around it.
Good on the three-point shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pacers leading by 8. To the middle, here's Warren, and it's Warren with the jam.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Here's Oladipo. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And that one, good. Dragic has got 5 points so far.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
A 3 from Leonard. And that one released in time, but no good. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now.
Basketball. That's that. Always.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remains so devoted to the game.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana, we've got T.J. McConnell, and it's Holiday in at the 3.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And something that's troubled Indiana the last 3 years, rebounding.
I think, Greg, it's probably manifested at both ends of the floor, right? Some of it's about roster construction. Some of it's about style of play. Some of it's about philosophy. But their inability to control the glass has at times had an impact on them.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Dragic. Now here's Olynyk. He's guarded closely. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Olynyk, such a deft touch on the interior. Keeps the ball high. The defense has no chance.
Holiday, no one around him. Misses off the left iron. The Heat trail by 7. Floats it up for Iguodala. Hammers the alley-oop through.
How fast did Iguodala get off the ground? They lob it to his direction, and he makes it look easy.
Pass to Sampson. Shoots over Leonard. The kick out to Holiday. The pass to Sumner. Here's Bitadze. He's covered by Iguodala. Bitadze can't hit. He'd have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Shoots it. Iguodala. No good.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
From 13. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
And this is what the really good defensive players do. They anticipate, and they're rarely fooled.
Now, here's Olynyk. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Sumner. Goran Dragic grabs the board.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And it's good, 2 points. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, here's Sampson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor and a new group getting ready for Miami. You hear these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to lead the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
To the right side. Here's Nunn. Knocks down the 3 ball. Nunn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and Adebayo throws it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Shot's good by Turner.
Well, Doug McDermott, a high IQ basketball player, understands when his teammates are open, how to find them.
Hero passes to Crowder. Takes it off the glass. Crowder's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
To the paint, Holiday finds Turner. Here's McDermott. Offensive rebound. Turner passes to McDermott. 2 points. That one goes.
You can see Turner evolving as a passer. He wants to set his teammates up. That's a pretty look.
Robinson down low. 23 points for him the last game against Charlotte. The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. Then for the Heat, Jones checked in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Hero. Warren, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
But you can't allow T.J. Warren to get this close to the cup. Once you do, you have to foul him.
Both free throws good from Warren. The Heat with the lead.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Basket good. Nunn's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, I think you have to appreciate how Jay Crowder sees the floor. This guy is an unselfish player who wants to get his teammates involved.
Here's Nunn. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. So that'll be it for the first half. Fair. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to... Miami had some issues in the first quarter. A big part of the problem was their defense and inability to... And that should do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What can you say? T.J. Warren, a very impressive effort here today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the court for the Heat, they've got Robinson. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's none in at point guard. Here's Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
The speed of Victor Oladipo is mind-boggling. This guy gets to the cup with ease.
Robinson kicks to Butler. Robinson finds Jones. On the wing, Jones. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Pacers have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James and Kevin Durant, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
It's great insight. Inside, here's Jones. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Turner.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And he makes that one.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Outside to Brogdon. Down low. Takes it from 10. Misses off the right iron. The Heat trail by 3. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And the basket is good. That's now 8 points for Miles Turner.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so Miami again turning it over. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Look at the Heat, advantage in 1 series. And checking out Indiana, right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
And right now for Miami, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Or maybe a lot longer. They look to me like they're ready to make some serious noise in the playoffs.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Indiana.
Holiday finds Oladipo. Out to the right wing. McConnell with it. Butler covering. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pacers lead by 5.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
None, that's good. 1:51 left to play in the third. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And back in his day as coach of the Blazers, players called Nate McMillan Sarge for his style. Very tough and demanding.
The beauty, though, Greg, to me is Nate McMillan has adapted. He has given more leeway for his players and his assistant coaches. He's willing to take players aside and bring a more personal approach. And I think in today's NBA, that's critical.
Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Kicks it to Iguodala. Pass to Hero. Pulls up. High post. Sampson pulls it in. Sampson's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Hero. He's covered by McConnell. Olynyk has the open look. Miami no good on that time either. Indiana leading by 7. At the top of the key, McDermott. Here's McConnell. A three-pointer off the mark. Miami's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's McDermott. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range.
The free throw drops from McDermott.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Some changes for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jakar Sampson. And Edmund Sumner's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Hero passes to Silva. To the inside. Here's Dragic. Got a piece of it. Goes back up. Can't hit that one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Holiday on the mark with the 15-footer. And the Pacers lead by 11.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
And so it's Indiana. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
Hey, what we got to do here?
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Turner, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Stolen away. Here's Sumner, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. It's Dragic with the drive. Count the basket. Pacers leading by 11. Here's Sumner. The quick look, no good that time. Hero passes to Silva. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And Turner throws it down.
Kev, don't you love how many different ways Miles Turner can score the basketball? Spot up, in transition, operating in the post. He's got the entire arsenal.
Silva, the pass to Hero. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the two-hand slam. For the 3. That one misses. So Indiana will take it the other way. Here's Sumner. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. The Heat trail by 15. Dragic kicks to Crowder. Back to Dragic. Pass to Leonard. Outside Crowder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, it counts. Dora, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Indiana. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Edmund Sumner. Here's the teardrop. And the shot by Warren, no good. The Heat trail by 16. Here's Butler. It's deflected. Outside Warren. It's stolen by Adebayo.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pacers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for T.J. Warren.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Fires from 14, and that's going to be a travel. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Pacers. And Miami with a change here, too. Jones is checked in. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's none. Here's Adebayo. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Well, I love T.J. Warren. The reason, guys, is he's proven to be a dependable scorer who's got good versatility, and he can play either forward position. So important in today's NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Lee checked in for Turner. Johnson comes in for Oladipo. Edmund Sumner's checked in for Aaron Holiday. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Malcolm Brogdon. Iguodala outside. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Pass to Sumner. Outside Warren. Now McConnell. Defended by Jones. Goes up from the top of the key. And that one is off. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke,
to the game like it's credit. Your team crowd me to edit. Yeah, I see face and get it. Hold up, ooh, that. Need a minute to play to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. Now you say what I said. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm just.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1. And for Cleveland, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Here's Jones. Outside Robinson. 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Adebayo. Over Drummond. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And it's Love with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Now, here's Sexton. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. The shot by Sexton, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Adebayo finds Butler. That one goes in.
When Butler's not challenging at the rim, this is the next best thing. Does a lot of his damage from the mid-range.
Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Adebayo. Here's Butler. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
What you have with Jimmy Butler is a guy who can guard 1 through 4, and sometimes even the 5.
Garland dishes to Drummond. Pass to Love. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. It's Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
He's a terror in the open court. Butler can beat you with power or finesse. It doesn't matter.
Got a piece of it. Sexton the pass to Garland. Here's Drummond. And Jones sends it back. To the paint. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop, how he's learned to trust his vision.
Osman the pass to Drummond. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Robinson's got the ball.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter, aggressive move inside.
So for the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Osman kicks to Garland. He's looking for Drummond and finds him.
Well, everyone knows once Drummond gets anywhere around the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Miami leading by 4. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Osman. 9-point game his last outing. Love the pass to Osman. Sweet move. It's Adebayo with the rebound. He'd have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Porter's checked in for Cleveland. Jay Crowder's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Robinson. Nunn passes to Crowder. It's 2-on-1. All going up court. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the night here. Free throw good. Porter.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
Here's Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Pretty tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. And Thompson kicks to Garland. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Hero. Porter with a block. But they get it there. Outside Dragic. Right side Crowder. Over Porter. And the shot's good from Crowder.
He finds a little space. Crowder plays offense with his mind as much as his physical ability.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Heat lead by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about
It's different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, Dragic is out there with Hero. And there's Iguodala. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Crowder in at the four-man position.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
Garland with it. He's against Olynyk. On the wing, Thompson. He's guarded by Dragic. Garland the pass to Thompson. Crowder with the steal. Iguodala's drive. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Outstanding work from Iggy. So skilled in finishing off the drive.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. And, you know, Smitty, just a wall of muscle. Jay Crowder, one of those power wings that seems every team is looking for these days.
Yeah, he's able to straddle that line between perimeter and interior play. His versatility and competitive will set him apart.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Now here's Crowder. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. The layup missed. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Here's Porter. The shot, no good. Excellent D here by Iguodala. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Sexton kicks to Thompson. To the middle, shot clock at 6. Here's Silva, and he dunks it down.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25, just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Butler kicks to Adebayo, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And while we've got a second here, now let's take a look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA, and find out who the steal leaders are. Third is Andre Drummond.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Now here's Leonard. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Sexton, the pass to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Pass to Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Cleveland making a change here. Osman's checked in. Robinson's checked in for Miami. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Miami leading by 11. Porter pulls it in. Love looking around. At the elbow, it's Drummond. From outside the arc. And it's Love missing. Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago. And they pick up 2. Adebayo's got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Cleveland moving it around. Love kicks to Drummond. The open look here for Sexton. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Sexton's got 5.
Good to see Sexton knock it down from deep. A shot he needs to add to his arsenal.
Butler, no good.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Nunn, defended by Sexton. Here's Butler. Adebayo, the second chance points on the tip in. He has 6.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points, right? Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. At the end of one, they were able to end. And that does it for our...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been quite a game for Colin Sexton.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. And that's the group for John Beilein as we begin the second half.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the 3rd.
Robinson dishes to Jones. Poke loose. Stolen by Garland. Osman, the pass to Sexton. He drains the quick shot. Sexton's got it back down to single digits for the Cavs. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson comes in for Drummond. And it's Nance in for Kevin Love. Here's Dragic. And it's in there.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. And Thompson kicks to Garland. The high post shot. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 8 rebounds in this game.
He's been scoreless for a while now. They're still trailing here. They might want to move to some other options offensively. And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Passes it to Garland. And Jones sends it back.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Garland kicks to Sexton. Looking to end the run, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs, Greg, after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton, wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving, doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Olenek is checked in for Bam Adebayo. Leonard comes in for Derek Jones. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Robinson. Count that one. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Good rhythm from deep. Goran Dragic always more accurate when he's shooting.
Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation.
Nance is special. How easy is it for him to make the spectacular look routine?
There's the pass to Dragic. From the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock in under 10 seconds from here on out.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Heat. Here's Dragic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. 7 points for Goran Dragic.
That's quick transition from defense to offense. Goran accelerating extremely well.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Pass to Leonard. In the corner, Crowder with it. Dragic looking it over. From deep, Iguodala. No good that time. And Cleveland the other way now. Thompson dishes to Porter. There's the 3. Cleveland with a fresh shot clock. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Pass to Dragic. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Crowder, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Nance.
Jay Crowder, blue-collar combo forward, finds ways to outwork him.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Drummond's checked in for Cleveland. Kevin Love comes in for Nance. Porter. Rebound by Iguodala. Right side, Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
The burst of athleticism of Butler is fun to watch. He is a tenacious dunker.
Here's Drummond off on that one. And so it's Miami with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Jimmy Butler. Olynyk is out there with Iguodala. And it's Silva in the power forward. And foul on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Porter. And Miami with a change here, too. Adebayo's checked in.
Pinpoint accuracy near the rim, something Kevin Love has had for a very long time.
Here's none. Iguodala outside. From the line. And that's collected by Love.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Drummond, that's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Jones checked in for Miami. Robinson comes in for Andre Iguodala. Butler with the steal. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. There's the lob to the hoop. And stolen by Drummond. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Love with the bucket.
When you look at Love's strength and conditioning now compared to when he entered the league, this is why he's able to finish so often through contact.
Robinson passes to Jones. Butler on the wing. Passes to Nunn. Robinson left side. Steve, we've heard Commissioner Adam Silver broach the idea of a mid-season tournament. How that would be structured, I don't know. Do you think that could possibly work?
I think it's a possibility, Kevin. One, I think you definitely have to have the season shortened to 75 games, 68 games. I think you have to do it on the back end of the All-Star break because we know so much as far as the calendar. When can you fit this in? Maybe 3 or 4 days after the All-Star game during that week. Expand that time off of maybe 3 or 4 days. It's possible.
Butler finds Robinson. Here's Nunn. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And, Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
And Miami making a change here. Dragic is checked in.
You know, we've seen this with Sexton in college, and he can get into a zone and just take over a game offensively.
Adebayo with the ball. He's picked up by Drummond. Here's Jones. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Heat lead by 21.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Now, here's Garland. Guarded closely. Love wide open. He fires. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, we know Love's been a great shooter for many years, but his catch-and-shoot game has reached another level.
Clock at 6. Dragic dishes to Jones. Outside for Robinson. Jones trying to get open. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Heat.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Zizic has checked in for Andre Drummond. Jordan Bell comes in for Kevin Love. Exum, he's checked in for Sexton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Hill passes to Jones. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
To the inside.
And that's how you want to get Bell involved. Pick and roll, hit him going toward the rim.
Down low. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Leonard finds Hill. Miami needs to get a shot off, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Dellavedova. From deep three-point range. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. It's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Young.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's White in at the point. And for Miami, Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. Good on the bucket. Well, Chris, as we wind toward the end of the regular season, what do you notice as an analyst that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Wow, I think what I didn't notice when I was playing was everything that goes on around the arena. Now I get to the games a couple of hours early. I get to interact with fans. I get to see game productions. The business of basketball, just how much everyone loves the game, from Adam Silver down to someone at the concession stands at the arena, how it really is a community and a family. Because when I was in Sacramento, I'm just playing for Sacramento. I didn't realize how many people in New York and Detroit and other places supported not only us in Sacramento, but their home teams, and just seeing how passionate everyone in the business of basketball, how passionate they are. And that's just something awesome to be a part of.
Now here's Levine, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. He can't hit that time. Good D by Jones. Here's Butler. Nice D from Porter. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
You know, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that shouldn't be easy.
Robinson down low. White covering. Shot from 12. Rebound by the Bulls. Outside, Levine. That's tipped. Butler with the steal. Jones drives in. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And good that time. And it's 6 points for Zach LaVine. The pass to Robinson. Over LaVine. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the layup falls. LaVine's got 8.
And not much you can do on defense. I mean, sometimes Levine is just a little faster down there.
Well, you look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
The Bulls making a switch here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. Satoransky's checked in for Zach LaVine. And it's done in for White. Now, here is Young after the miss from Jay Crowder. Passes it to Cornett. And that one is stuffed right through.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Pass to Adebayo. Left side, Crowder. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
It's a great awareness being shown by Crowder. Spotted the open man and made a fantastic dish.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. 3-point lead. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there. And Young with the basket on the assist from Dunn.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Outside Crowder. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Wow, hammering it in.
Well, I think Jimmy Buckets has underrated vision. He's more than capable of spotting open teammates and distributing accordingly.
Back to Dunn. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Porter passes to Dunn. Oh, Porter in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Thomas Satoransky against the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Young. Denzel Valentine comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Harrison in for Satoransky.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Inside. Here's Hutchison. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Iguodala.
Oh, he turns it.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, G.A. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. We've got Valentine. Harrison out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Cornette in at the 5 spot. Here's Hutchison. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Well, your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come here in here unless you want to get that shot swatted out of the way. My name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought process. I still have nightmares about Mutombo. Oh, come on, let's go to the next. Go to the next one, please. Come on. Get off shot blockers.
Lets it go from 11. Here's Carter. Done outside. Here's Valentine. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Some changes for Chicago. Markkanen, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. Dean comes in for Shaquille Harrison. And it's White in for Chris Dunn. Here's Iguodala, and it's sent back by Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr., 6'11", able to use his great length to get the block right there.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Silva, the pass to Olynyk. Iguodala with it, now defended by LaVine. Shoots from 12. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Andre Iguodala.
Oh, and if anybody deserves a ring, Iguodala was right there at the top. A guy who gives 100% every night.
LaVine against Iguodala. LaVine can't hit.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Silva. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Bulls. Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
In the corner, Iguodala with it. No good. That would have tied it. The Bulls leading by 3. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Miami. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, Chicago, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for Miami, so much has gone right for them this season. They've needed some breaks to go their way, and it feels like they've gotten them all. Now they're poised for success in the playoffs.
Well, they've created their own breaks, Greg. I mean, because of how they've played throughout the entire season. But now is when things really start to get tough.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And wow!
Nice! Easy to see why LaVine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. And White kicks to Young. Outside, LaVine. White the pass to LaVine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LaVine's got 12.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Oh, just a nice looking shot from Crowder. Can't leave him open from out there.
Crowder with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Robinson for 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Chicago leading. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Markkanen can't get it to go. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And when you watch the Bulls play, Chris, they just seem to lack an organizational direction.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the team committed to Boylan to shape their youth. They don't seem to be interested in playing up-tempo or following any NBA trend. The distrust between players in the front office is not helping their recruiting of free agents. So, yeah, a lot going wrong there.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Markkanen. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Harrison in for White. Jones checked in for the Heat. Here's Hutchison. Drills it from outside. 5 points in the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, Greg. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
The pass to Hero. To the middle. Jones, no luck.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
And a close game so far through the first 2. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. And that should do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. And there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn, and at the point guard. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Markkanen kicks to White. It's stolen by Adebayo. Robinson passes to Nunn, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Good work there as it goes. 14 points for Zach LaVine.
Showing off the entire arsenal right now. LaVine so outstanding and scoring in a multitude of ways.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And he slams it down right on top of Bam Adebayo.
Oh, he makes it look all too easy. LaVine, I mean, he's someone you can't allow to get this kind of positioning.
Outside Butler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Heat shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
You know, look, we all know Butler wants to win. He knows he's in the prime years of his career, and he's hungry for titles.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Olynyk is checked in for Adebayo. Leonard comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Iguodala in for Robinson. And LaVine, here we go. Dunn passes to Valentine. Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Zach LaVine. Right around 25 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Yeah, when he's taking on the scorer's role for that second unit, then the others can go focus on what they naturally do best.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Now, here's Dunn. Defense right on him.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game. So anything that takes away from team scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score. Don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight of the break.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Heat lead by 5.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a 6th sense of where that rebound is going.
Adept at cashing in from the inside. Porter knows he has the touch and size to score from there.
Shoots from the baseline. And it's Iguodala missing.
A golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Dunn looking over the floor. Feeds it to Carter. Valentine wide open. He fires, and that one goes long.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Iguodala kicks to Crowder. Passes it to Olynyk. Here's Silva, and he banks in the layup. 6 points for him.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Carter.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving fits out there.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porter dishes to Dunn. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. off target from three-point range. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's his first foul. Outside Dragic. The dish now to Jones. 2 on the clock. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Heat lead by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So the Bulls 5 right now. White is out there with Satoransky. Then it's Young, and it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Nunn. 6 on the shot clock. The kick outside to Butler. Rebound by the Bulls. And here is Satoransky. Plays it up and banks it in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
He gets it in there.
A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Here's Young over Jones. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Robinson's checked in for Miami. Chicago also making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornette. Porter comes in for Harrison. And Levine subbed in for Satoransky. Here's Nunn. White covering. Robinson passes to Butler. And here's Adebayo. Over Carter. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's no wonder why they're in front when you're taking into consideration that he's been perfect from the field so far.
Outside Levine. Outside White. And Young, here we go. And again, Chicago, no good. He'd have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Butler finds Jones. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Butler on the wing. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Wow, Butler letting it all hang out. This is why he's an all-star caliber player.
Here's Levine. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Miami with the ball. Jones, the pass to Butler. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Nunn. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Porter, here we go. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Porter is fantastic in these spots. When his team needs a bucket, he feels comfortable shooting.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Butler kicks to Robinson. Stolen by Levine. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Young with the ball.
We need more of this from the Seattle product. Levine must continue to enhance his timing on the defensive end.
To the inside. Adebayo passes to Jones. Count it, good. And the Heat lead by 2.
outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
1:24 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Young dishes to Carter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And that's now 6 points for Wendell Carter. The pass to Robinson. Here's Nunn. Back to Robinson. Over Levine. The shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. To the paint. Here's Young. Got it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
And it's sent back by Carter. Down low, Levine. Yes!
Oozing with confidence right now. You got to love seeing Levine capitalize in the clutch.
Butler on the way. Takes the three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Levine. And Levine with the slam.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Jones, no luck. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Oh!
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Back to Levine. It's stolen by Adebayo. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Butler, he's a jack of all trades. He doesn't just look to score. He's also happy to distribute as well.
So the Bulls win it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
In your face.
You play 2K all the time. You have
and nothing. Well, Victor, you better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Oladipo. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Holiday in at the 2. And for the Heat, Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now. Rivalries, they're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
Holiday with the 3, sinks the three-pointer.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
The kick outside to Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Nasty! I'm talking filthy. Butler punching it and getting his teammates on the bench amped up.
And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
It's stolen by Oladipo. It's Brogdon on the wing. Indiana moving the ball around. The wide open look here for Holiday. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Here's Adebayo. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Now here's Jones. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
It's stolen by Oladipo. Up top, Warren. Dishes to Oladipo. Stripped away. Miami again turning it over. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
The Heat have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Inside. The Pacers pull it in.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort. Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. You know, this is why Oladipo is a star. I mean, he has a unique ability to convert through really tough defense.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. That's good from Oladipo. Now the tremendous work ethic of Victor Oladipo helping him return from that knee injury.
And, you know, it hasn't been easy. Anytime you come back from that kind of injury, a lot of work goes into that. Not only physically is it a challenge, it's a challenge mentally, too. But his positive outlook, his attitude and work ethic, serving him well and getting back.
Knocks it loose, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami. Advantage in 1 series. And, of course, the Pacers, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Jakar Sampson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. McDermott passes to Sampson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D here by Iguodala. That's a 2 from Crowder. And again, it's the Heat missing.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Count that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Olynyk following the score by Indiana. Here's Iguodala. Up and in on the layup.
You just can't give Iguodala these looks. He's too experienced and crafty down low.
Pacers leading by 7. McConnell kicks to McDermott. To the paint. Here's Sampson. Unable to get that one. Now the Heat take it the other way. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
It's clear that Iguodala loves to dunk. Give him room to take off, and he's going to finish with authority.
Nice shot by McDermott.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
And the shot's good from Crowder. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. McConnell passes to Sampson. Misses from close range.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
For Indiana, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. McDermott dishes to Sampson. To the inside. Olynyk with the steal. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. Whoa, that was a strong dunk.
An absolute terror in transition. Even though Iguodala is a little older, he still possesses that impressive speed.
Bitadze with the bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Dragic gets the bucket.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Dragic is out there with Hero. Then there's Myers Leonard. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Silva in at the power forward. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. You know, what a great job Nate McMillan has done since taking over as head coach, leading Indiana to 3 straight postseasons, and the style of play with which the team has played with, a credit to him and his staff.
Here's Oladipo. That shot missing. The Heat go the other way with it. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Left side, Leonard. In the corner, it's Robinson. Back to Leonard. Passes it to Nunn. 2 on the clock. From downtown, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Nunn's got his first 3 points of the game. And a big part of McMillan's success, getting his guys, Clark, to play hard for him every night.
And I think you're right, because this team gets the most out of itself. It's one thing to assemble talent. It's another to bring people together so they're playing for each other. And these guys do that night in and night out.
And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Heat?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Oladipo against Butler. Here's Silva. Nice D from Warren.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Very good at exploiting the defense. Brogdon is excellent at finishing off these drives.
Outside Robinson. From outside, off the mark. Pacers leading by 4. Pass to Warren. Uncovered. Sumner's shot is off.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime. And that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of the year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Edwin Sumner. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Brogdon.
Inside 2 minutes.
Iguodala kicks to Adebayo. Lets it go from the wing. And that one drops. Nunn's got 5 points so far. And, Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
To the middle. The shot. And Warren with the basket on the assist by McConnell. And it's 8 points for T.J. Warren.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Nunn passes to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Here's Nunn. Down low. Here's Olynyk. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And really the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
On the wing, Holiday. Outside Warren. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
None. That's good.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Inside, it's stolen by Adebayo. 4-on-3 break. Here's Iguodala, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
The shot by Holiday, no good. It's Iguodala with the drive, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
And I like the aggressiveness of Iguodala. I mean, remarkable at taking it all the way to the rack.
It'll count. The shot off that time, and that's it for the first half of action.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They took control of the game in the second quarter, coming back to take a 2-point lead into the locker room with them. Kenny, let's start with you. What you think about the...
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us.
Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Andre Iguodala with a strong contribution so far in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Oren and Turner at the 4 and 5.
Shooting for Indiana.
Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. Greg, you talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
Nunn. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Nunn's got 9 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
This is the kind of unselfishness you love seeing from Brogdon, making sure he gets it to the open man.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Pass to Butler. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. Fires from 14. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Robinson for 3. Sinks the triple. Robinson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Brogdon.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Mark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Pacers, but he stays with it. Leonard finds Dragic. No good from the wing. And it's Warren with the ball for the Indiana Pacers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Yep, that one goes. McDermott's got 6.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Warren, good.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Miami's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Now here's Butler. T right on him. Here's Leonard on the money from 12 feet away. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Brogdon against Dragic. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Heroes checked in for Miami. The Pacers making a switch here. The Pacers shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. Count that bucket. And the Pacers lead by 2.
And a finalist for Coach of the Year in 2019, Nate McMillan passing 600 wins last season.
Well, you think about that. That's an impressive milestone for an outstanding coach in Nate McMillan. He moved into the top 25 all-time in wins He's had 2 other stops as a head coach, Portland and Seattle, and I think he's doing some of his best work with the Pacers.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
And some changes here for the Pacers. J.K. Sampson comes in for Edmund Sumner. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Brogdon.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Just 5 on the clock. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Nice shot by McDermott.
The main weapon in McDermott's arsenal, so good at cashing in from behind the arc.
Dragic dishes to Olynyk. Here's Crowder. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
The Heat making a switch here. Nunn's checked in Indiana with a change here, too. Aaron Holiday is checked in for T.J. McConnell, and they call an illegal screen here.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Good.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
1 second left. Go!
Count it. Count it.
The buzzer!
Beats the buzzer from way down court. These fans are stunned.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Heat, they've got Robinson, Hero out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Nunn in at the point.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Robinson against Oladipo. On the wing, Holiday. Back to Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
Can't afford to give Oladipo any lanes to the rim. Once he has one, might as well clear out the way.
Yes, that goes in. And that's now 6 points for Jay Crowder.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
The Heat trail by 3. Robinson for 3. Here's Hero. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much, and you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
To the inside. Here's Bitadze. And again, it's Indiana.
Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And you know that's right. I mean, he's looking to put his stamp all over this game.
Hero, no good. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Now the pass to Nunn for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Oladipo with the ball. And Holiday throws it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Jones comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Butler in for Hero.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Here's Butler. It's hauled in by Warren. Indiana's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And foul on the shots. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. We pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Butler. Passes it to Nunn. Back to Butler. To tie it up. Pacers with the rebound. 1:03 left in the fourth. Here's Holiday. Got it.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Pass to Nunn. From deep. Stolen by Warren. Pass to Brogdon. Looks for Holiday. Gets it to him. Some nice passing here by Indiana. They grab their own miss. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Holiday, the pass to Warren. Just 3 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Holiday, no good. And here's Miami, trailing by 4. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. It's hauled in by Warren. Oladipo outside. From deep three-point range, and the miss. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Oh! Okay.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami, they've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, Cleveland, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And seeing where the Cavaliers are, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the 1 spot. And for the Heat, they've got Robinson. Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point. Now, here's Garland. To the wing on the left. Sexton with it. Robinson on him. They get it back. Love. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And it's Miami's ball. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Robinson dishes to Jones. Heat moving the ball around. Robinson passes to Jones. 5 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. Doesn't go for him. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Drummond working against Adebayo. Snatched up. Tries again. Can't get the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The shot's good.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Garland.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Stolen by Garland. Here's Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
Like the attacking mindset, not waiting for something to happen. Instead, creating it himself was Colin Sexton.
Robinson for 3. That shot, no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, it would have been really nice to get that win on the road, but no team ever happy with the loss. They put up a good fight. They had nothing to hang their heads on after that one.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the night.
And for the Cavs, their #1 goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Yeah, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. franchise changer is hard to find.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Hero shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Nance.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him. Nice shot by Thompson.
Tristan Thompson not wasting any time having the ball in that situation to get 2.
Rockets the pass to Crowder. No good on that one. Nance with some nice D. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Nance outside. Pass to Thompson. Good work defensively by Crowder.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Windler's shot is off.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Garland after the Heat pick up 2. Nance. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has. Plays alive on every possession. You know, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
Feeds it to Thompson. Shoots over Olynyk. Here's Nance on the pass to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Nance is just such a cerebral player out there. Does a good job of trying to be a threat with the assist.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead as they end the first quarter. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a friend.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Iguodala out there with Dragic. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then there's Myers-Leonard. And it's Silva in at the 4. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. They trail by 7. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Garland kicks to Nance. Here's Thompson. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Tristan not worrying in the least about the defense that time, just powering through.
Butler, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Sexton comes in for Garland. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Silva, covered by Nance. And the shot goes in. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Porter passes to Thompson. Left side, Nance. Leonard with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Iguodala's running. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Leonard. Back to Iguodala. 6 to shoot. That one, no good. And Cleveland the other way now. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on three guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine three of those guys with the skill set, so one has it, and the other two are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And
tough
all of those
to defend,
guys,
right? I mean,
yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin. On top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, three guards, three long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Outside Butler. Robinson for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, he's got that height advantage, and out on the perimeter, a smaller defender is just not going to contest.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Sexton the pass to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Sexton working the ball to a teammate. That's what you want to see from him.
1:31 left to play here in the second quarter. Robinson for three. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Kev. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Robinson. Pass to Windler. To the paint. And Drummond kicks to Sexton. Here's Windler. That three off the mark. The Heat trail by 5. Here's Butler. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And Butler loves getting close to the basket. Once he's down low, he uses that strength and quick release to get shots off.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded closer. Drummond. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
The Heat making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland. The slam dunk by Garland.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Heat.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And he gets it to go. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 8-point game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cavaliers have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Olynyk dishes to Crowder. A baseline J. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Trains the three-pointer. And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. Dave. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. That's all for now.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
On the court for Cleveland, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at center. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's none. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Drummond. And it's Nance in for Kevin Love. Robinson misses. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
The Cavaliers shooting the sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Heat.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
Garland kicks to Sexton. On the wing, Thompson. He's guarded by Adebayo. Thompson looking for an opening. 4 on the clock. Launches it. Not going to go that time. The Heat trail by 13.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
Garland with the bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Iguodala kicks to Dragic. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
It's Porter outside. Second chance shot. The shot by Thompson, no good.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Leonard the pass to Dragic. 1:52 left to play in the third. Dishes it to Butler. Back to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. And again, it's the Heat missing. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Back to Sexton. And it's good for 2. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Too easy that time. Sexton sniffing it out and then getting to an area on the floor that made that one easy.
Up top, Leonard. Outside, Butler. Puts up a 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 8 points for Butler.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Sexton dishes to Nance. Back to Sexton. Inside. Off on the layup.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Butler in the corner. And the Heat, another three.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range. Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
Be smart, but execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Sexton kicks to Nance. Thompson, left side. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And it's blocked. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's none. No points in the game yet for him. Left side, Crowder. Good if it goes. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow! And a great show through 3 quarters. As we enter the 4th, who will carry the day? Cavaliers on top, up by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Jones is out there with Olynyk. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Hero in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Really left alone that time. Windler's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Cavs. Down low, Crowder, and Crowder comes it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game, guys. No doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing here after that steal and run out.
Now, here's Garland. Defense is right there, and Drummond is right there. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Here's Porter. Here's Love. Pass to Garland. Second shot opportunity. Here's Drummond. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
And the Heat with some changes. Adebayo is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Robinson is subbed in for Crowder. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Porter. Drummond passes to Osman. And there's the feed to Love. Shoots a fader. A putback, and Drummond is right there. Drummond's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
It's good.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
The Cavaliers leading by 10. Garland dishes to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder. All the officials are all over that one.
Free throw, good, Drummond. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their check down.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it. And that mid-range spot is so sweet for him.
Jones, no one around him. Nailed from 3-point land.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And Drummond kicks to Love. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the pass to Garland. Love trying to break loose. Garland, no good. The Heat trail by 13. Robinson passes to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Nunn. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Love with the ball for Cleveland. At one point, they led by 16. Somehow misses the one-handed flush.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
To the left side wing. Here's Hero. Back to Jones. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Cleveland.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Drummond.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Osman kicks to Garland. Pass to Osman. Left side, Love. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that about wraps it up.